What's up? Mic check. What's up? It is, what time is it? It's about 8 o'clock on the East Coast. 6 Central, 5 West. I'm learning how to subtract 3. But um, this weekend, guys, alright, we need to, if you're going to join me, I'm going to do a juice fast. Okay? I'm going to do a 3-day cleanse. Okay? And by the way, you see my gloves? I always go off on tangents. You know that. So these gloves are essential. I'll get into the juice fast in a second. But these gloves, Amazon, I'll put the link in the description. 14 bucks, 15 bucks. They help me out with the wheelchair. And then they help me out too, since it's so hot. I touch the car, as I'm walking, getting out of the car, getting into the back of the car and all that. I touch the car a lot and I burn my hand. It's so hot. So you know what I mean? So these gloves help out a lot. So if you need gloves like this, I'll put the link in the bio. They're cheap. Um, I just got them off Amazon. They're 15 bucks and they really help out a lot. With the wheelchair especially, I was getting calluses and stuff on my hands. And then, with the heat touching my car, help out tremendously. But how are you doing? What's up? Who is there? Sound off. What's up? Where you at? Russia? Uh, the Neverstein. No, is that one? Neverstein. There was this. Okay, my son was in Scouts, and there was this other dad, and they were Russian. And I just remember him always telling them this when they were younger, around like 12, and him telling his son, Neverstein, 9, Nicholas, 9. And so all I remember is 9 meant no. You know what I mean? But I try to learn a little bit about everybody's culture. That's just me. I get it from my mom. You know what I mean? So every time, I learn. People are like, you speak patois now? You speak? No, but I try to, say what's up. So, wagwan, sapase, you know what I mean? And you know the other ones. What's up? Que onda? Que pasa, raza? Que lo que? What's up, Ambers? It's hot as hell in Cali. Listen, that's why listen. You see, well, you can't really see, but the sky is kind of cooling off. It's been a beautiful day today, but it was hot as a mother. And guess what? I got my AC fixed, huh? Oh man, that's what took me so long today. I was dealing with that all day. But if you do that, my dealership has the shuttle service, so I take full advantage of that. I'm like, give me the shuttle service. They give me a lift and they take me back to my house. And then when it's done, they call me and they send me a lift or an Uber. They come get me and it's good. So I like that. How are you doing, Amber? How's your walking? My walking's improved, I will say. So I'm proud of myself. I've been cutting sugar as much as possible. So like when I eat meat, I just order like a steak. I order a steak, cook a steak and onions and all that. What's up, Deshaun? What's up? Oh, you like my shirt? Can you see it? Kendrick Lama? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, this is an oldie but goodie. It's an old ass shirt too. You see it? Yeah, yeah. I've always been a Kendrick fan. If you go back to my videos, I have a video with my daughter, and I didn't even know she was in the back. I was just filming, right? And then she knew the song. Yeah, you want Pyro's and Crib? All got along. They probably got me down by the end of the song. Seems like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the streets, I'm like, and then she's in the back, like, yeah, 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 yeah. In my heart, I was like, hell yeah, man down, man down. So, I'm a Kendrick fan ever since Section 80, if you want to go there. But anyway, uh, side note, I went off on a tangent. Your walking seems to be getting worse. Oh no. Okay, well, hello. We gotta monitor yourself. So just take it easy then, Mama. Don't do as much. Okay. And so that's why I'm kind of just really coming and talking to you really today. Really. You know what I'm saying? You see, I'm not really doing much. The amount of time I can stand is getting shorter. Really? Hmm. Have you tried to just stand up? I practice this. You know what I do? I force myself to stand, on the walker. Do you do that? Force yourself to stand on the walker. And then it's your body. I've learned with exercise, the body's got to get used to acclimated. You know what I mean? Um, and but I like your idea of doing the juice fast. I saw it. I like it a lot. With ginger, I don't know the exact recipe he was going over. I forget it. I didn't write it down, but I like it. As long as we're juicing, guys, that's the goal. Juice, juice, juice. As much more greens and anything. And if you're gonna juice, stick to the apples, uh, lower lesser sugar, lower glycemic fruits. You know what I mean? Apple, I just use that because it gives a little sweetness and stuff. But cucumber, ginger, spinach or kale, um, and two, if you don't have a juicer, if you have a blender, that's the same thing. It's just gonna be chunky. You're still gonna get all the nutrients. But you're gonna have a chunkier. It's not gonna be a juice. So, but that's the goal. That's the goal, guys. I'm gonna do a little working out because for me, the working out it's in stages. I see like, you know, I feel like it gets worse at times, but then it's a wave. It gets better, you know. And so it's just like my thing is like, well, if I'm working out and I'm hurting, it's because my muscles are moving and I might be getting worse. But if I'm not working out and I'm not moving my muscles, then what happens? Then we're relying on the damn medication. And that's scary. That's where it's kind of hard to be is now we're just relying on, okay, I'm relying on this man or woman or this team of people over here. Do I trust the science? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It's really hard because, we don't know exactly what they're putting into our bodies and exactly what they're doing. I kind of studied the COVID vaccine for a little bit. And what you said? What you said, Amber? A trophy? Yeah, a trophy. I don't know. I missed that. I'm sorry. Um, what was I saying? See, Emma's brain. Somebody remind me what I was saying. But with the medications, it's hard because we don't know what they're putting into our bodies. That's what I was saying. And I was researching the COVID vaccine, right? And the COVID vaccine, um, they say they put antibodies to fight against COVID, right? So they say that's their claim. Well, how are you getting these antibodies? Because traditionally, to get antibodies, you have to get it through somebody else. They donate their blood, and through the plasma, they extract the antibodies. So the COVID vaccine, they're saying, hey, look, we're not doing that. We're creating the antibodies ourselves. Do you see what they're doing? That's the science. So now what your body does naturally, they're taking it and they're regenerating it. That's the science. So when you get injected with it, now the science, your immune system, what happens when we get a vaccine, right? They tell us to lay low or any infusion because it depletes our immune system. Well, when it's the same thing, so now when it's regenerating, right? It's the RNA vaccine, right? From what I hear and what I've studied, it alters your DNA. And so that's how it combats COVID. That's because now when your immune system's coming back online, your immune system's doing it naturally, and in your memory cells, your T cells remember everything, right? And now as your body's coming back up, it says, don't stop, I got it from here. And programming, God knows what, to prevent against COVID and God knows whatever else. Okay. Now, that's just the studies I've done. I'm no expert or whatever. But that's why I choose not to take it. So when people ask me why I don't take it, that's I have an educated conversation with them and tell them that's why. I don't just say, oh, because I don't do needles and because they put a little bit of the vaccine in it. you know? So I hit them with that, the science, and the, and when you have those conversations with your doctors, it's even more uncomfortable. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it. I'm him. And they don't like it because they don't have answers. And then it makes them feel look bad, because they're supposed to have all the answers. But anyway, um, you got 2 COVID shots. Well, I mean, the thing is, you can't beat yourself up for what you already did. But now going forward, and don't do that shit. You know what I mean? And just pray, and we're gonna hope, and we know that hey, look, you're gonna be fine, and uh, everything's good. But and then I looked at the COVID vaccine, and I'm like, what's up, Shabazz? What's up, bro? And then I looked at the COVID vaccine, and I'm like, okay, well, again, is this the new AIDS? What are we talking about? Um, uh, what's up, bro? I'm doing good. What are we talking about? Because if it's the new AIDS, how come you're just telling me to stay at home and rest? That's the remedy? So why the hell am I scaring myself and getting this vaccine if the remedy is just staying at home? And then I get the vaccine and it doesn't prevent me from getting COVID. I can still get COVID. And I can get still spread COVID and I can still die from COVID. Did you hear what I said? I mean, it's not just me. Look it up. Don't take my word for it like LeVar Burton says. Read it rainbow type shit. So what's the point of taking the fucking vaccine? And that's why I looked at it. Okay. And so now the more you know. And I'm not telling you to scare you or anything, but I'm just telling you this is what I researched. So then I'm like, well, what's the point? What is all this for? What's up, bro? Blessings, bro. Assalamu alaikum. Um, so we have to look at these things and kind of really evaluate and then look at it from another point of view too. Now that we're doing and want to embark on this holistic journey, watch all the pushback you get from your primary care provider, your neurologist, or all them. And they're going to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing. They're not going to say be blunt like me, but they're going to say it in a roundabout way that you're not doing the right thing and I wouldn't recommend it. They kind of try to steer you away from it. You don't believe me? Go ask them yourself. I'm trying to tell you, but hard head make a soft ass. Remember that. Go ask them. Go ask them. Um, you're not. It's 9 o'clock. Where you at, bro? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Or excuse me. Yeah, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. East Coast time. But yeah, so with the vaccines and all that, that was just. And then you look at that one, and then you're like, okay, well, if this one's bad, or all of them got to be this way, right? So then you start looking at all of them. And then again, I took the Briumvi vaccine. I'm telling you because I did this shit. I know this shit, and I got pressured into taking the Briumvi. That's the MS medication. It's so strong you're only supposed to take one dose. Then you take 2 weeks later, you take a second dose that's supposed to last 6 months, and then after that, uh, yeah, you're on a schedule. But that's how powerful it is. So holy shit, how some people get their infusions once a month. If you're on Tysabri or if you do your own infusion once a month. Briumvi, it's once a year, but they gas you up real quick. So I got the initial dose, but after I did, I noticed I'm like, oh god, I'm really stiff, and my joints locked up. I couldn't, and I couldn't walk. I was getting out of my bed and I was falling. And I was like, oh my God, when you have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night and you get up and you have to, twice a year for, okay, Rituxan, you're on Rituxan, okay. But like you have that feeling in the middle of the night where, it's not like when we were young. I have to wake up like no matter if I pee before I go to bed, I still have to wake up like 2 times. Anyway, one of the times when I was initially waking up, I couldn't walk. I fell over. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just hot. And I normally hobble, but this was like bad. So I ended up like crawling to the bathroom, you know. So then get this, I notify my neurologist. She's MIA. I'm like, hey, look, I call her office. She's not, her message or whatever. Call the office, tell them, hey, look, what happened? I'm not going to take the second dose. So come and get this shit. I have it in the fridge. Whatever you want, come get it. I have all of it. You know how they give you all the stuff if you get home infusions. So I haven't even heard from her. I was supposed to have a virtual visit with her, and then she pawned me off to some other doctor. And I'm like, damn, like I was injured, like I'm having struggling symptoms after this, and now I can't even hear back from my doctor. So it's just like it's eye opening to say, like, wow, we really got to really take care of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Doctor's probably at the golf course or on vacation. And oh, shoot, I got this text. Hey, man, I can't handle this right now. I'm at the beach. Right? So we put our life in someone else's hands who really doesn't have our best interests in mind. And again, it's hard because they have so many people. You know how it is when you have account management or things like that. When with kids, you have so much to weigh. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take care of ourselves. you know, um, we gotta uh, do it because nobody's gonna do it for us, right? So when we embark on this journey, just understand that healing is coming upon us, and healing is abundant. We are healing. Tell yourself positive affirmations. We're gonna just drink nothing but water, and juice. But try to stick to the juice, okay? But just for 3 days, I'm gonna this weekend. I'm gonna get my celery. I'm gonna get cucumber. I'm gonna get ginger. I'm gonna get some spinach. What else? I'm gonna get some apples. I have some in the house, but I need some more. Um, Trying to think what else, but that's about it. Maybe some carrots and cut them up and have them prepared, right? So that way, when I want to throw them, unfortunately, I have to throw them in the blender. I don't know what happened to my juicer. I moved, and when you move, you lose stuff. So, um, unfortunately, I have to throw them in the blender. So I'll be doing the blender, but either way, we'll have it prepared so that way when we're ready to go. Okay? So, um, that's it. We just gotta, stay strong, stay positive, stay motivated. Know that hey, we're overcoming every day. Okay? Every day. Every day. It's a every day. It's a constant grind. But once we pick ourselves up, once we start doing these certain things, we're gonna feel better. Once we're gonna see. Okay? And I'm talking for myself too, because I can't wait. I need to feel better. I'm not in the best of spirits. It's hard for me right now. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are giving me, my princess, my son, you guys are giving me strength. So that's why, it's like, all right, let me pick myself up. Because doing stuff by yourself is kind of tough sometimes. So talking to you guys makes it easier. And then coming outside, guess what? People see me. And then people help out a lot. Like I got young jits coming by taking my trash for me because the trash can's way over there. So hey, look, I'll help you. Hey, look, you need me to help you get the groceries out of the car? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So your biggest struggle is movement. Yeah, that's becoming my biggest struggle too, and that's why That's why I'm fighting so hard. Because I don't want to lose that, and it sucks if you do. And we can gain it back. It's not like we can't. You see, there's people that have done it. but it's just a struggle. It's just a grind. So that's why it starts with just working out. It's a little bit at a time. That's, this is the method to my madness. A little at a time. We start with the consistent. We start with the workouts. Now we introduce the diet, right? Because we're getting the mindset of, okay, we're gonna, we're gonna do something, no matter if our mind tells us not to or not. My mind told me today, fuck this shit. You got home. You just got home. It's late. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just chill, man. But now that I'm up here, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are here. Versus, if I would have just been chilling doing nothing, then I kick myself in the ass. Kicky in the assy, because I didn't do what, I intended to do in here. My mind told me. But again, we're not the mind. Mindfulness, we're not the mind. Okay? So we can overcome and say, hey, look, we're not the mind. What did you say? If its neurological can function be restored, that's what makes me quit. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I got to go back and look up. I got to go in my archive and open up my archive on YouTube to you guys. There's this guy, I don't know, Dr. Robert Morse. Okay. Look him up. He's somewhere here. Well, I say local. He's somewhere here in Florida. I think he's more down south. But he heals people with nothing but herbs, tea, and grapes. He's on the grapes. Um, and he had a person with multiple sclerosis who couldn't even walk. And through doing his diet, she was walking. Now, again, it wasn't like she was sprinting, but she was holding, I don't even think she was holding on to the wall. She was up in, like, I was like, wow. It was one of those things when you see it, it kind of brings you to tears a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Papa? Hey, Mama. Um, you know what I'm saying? So that's inspiring. And when you see these things and when you hear people talk about it, it's inspiring because the world wants you to think, oh, no, you can't do it. It's impossible. Bullshit. Bullshit. I did it. I reversed my condition. I had paralysis in my left hand, blurred vision in my left eye. And I went on a no grain, no sugar diet. I'm telling you what I did. And I'm telling you because I'm trying to work myself up to do this shit again because it's hard. But together we can do it. But I went to no grain, no sugar. So no rice, no pasta, no bread, no nothing. Uh, no sugar. So even with the fruits, low sugar fruits. So I was only eating strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Okay, it's tough, but that's what we can do, and that's what I did. And it starts with the juice fast. So the detox, that's what it starts with. You know what I'm saying? So you detox there, and then jumpstart and see where we go from there. Because who knows? You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Real shit. I can't tell you. Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna do 60 days. Like Tim Cross. What's the there's a documentary. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. This guy was fat as shit. Yeah, and all he did was started juicing, and he lost the weight, and he got better, and he got better. So there's that. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And it's on you. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's free, and he juiced. And people are healing themselves. So to you, the long story long, the answer to your question is yes. Yes. There's hope. People can do it. That's why we just need to stick together because we need a team of people to do it because it's hard to do things alone. You understand? It's easier with a team of people who are like-minded and are willing to do it and go through the struggle together because it's hard. We have ups and downs. You fall off a little bit. You might cheat. I'm just being honest. So, but it's nice to have a support group, a support system there with you. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, yes, you can. So Amber, there is don't positivity, mama too. Remember, there's Louise Hay and there's also Wayne Dyer. Okay, they both dead now, R.I.P. But they're both spiritual teachers, and Louise Hay is big on positive affirmations. So tell yourself positive things every day. I used to write letters. I still tell myself to this day, I am healing. I am in perfect health. But if you need to, write it down on your mirror in the bathroom, in your car. But just positive things to say to yourself, because the tongue is powerful. Even the Bible talks about it. There's power in the sword. Something, I don't know the exact scripture, but something about the tongue and the sword. But yeah, there's power in the tongue. So be careful what you tell yourself. I don't tell people I have MS. I say I have a condition. I'm going through something. My condition, because it's not me. It's not who I am. So I'm not putting a name to it. It's just something I'm going through, right? So that's what helps me. I'm just going through something right now, but I'm working. I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? Come back, baby. Please don't leave. I'm getting better. They're good until I stand up. And then they're like, oh, never mind. I'm like, no, come back. But no, I feel your pain. My walking is a struggle for me too. I never thought I'd be to the point where it's just like, I got to get up. Oh no. Like, you just sit there and you're like, damn, I'm thirsty and there's no one around to get me something to drink. Shit. Uh, how long can I just? And then you're finally, all right, and then you try to get up and shit, and you're struggling. And you're like, and by the time I get to the fridge, I'm sweating, I'm drenched in sweat. I'm like, all this. And then by the time I get 2 water bottles or whatever, and I sit down, I'm thirsty again. The struggles, it's real. I feel your pain, but that's just one of my struggles. I like throwing stuff away. Yeah, it's so that's why it's important. I think the juice fast and the cleanse is going to help with the mobility because obviously, with me, obviously, there's tons and tons of inflammation. I got to cut inflammation. Okay. Smoking, you know, tree doesn't help, but I mean, I'm still going to smoke tree. But then my problem is, what's up, Jackie? What's up, Miss Palmer? Uh, my problem is that I be smoking them cigarettes sometimes. I know it's bad. I know. And then it's like the cheap shit, the 305s. And you're like, oh, really? I had one girl tell me, she's like, you got a cigarette? And I was like, yeah. She's like, it's not a 305, is it? I was like, yeah, it is. She's like, never mind. I'm good. I was like, you know what? Fuck you then. Take my 305. I wasn't going to give you one no way. Hey. Oh, you know Amber? Uh, Yeah, it's hard, but like that's what I was gonna say. The juicing is gonna cut on the inflammation, guys. I really feel it is, and that's the root of my problem is inflammation. Okay, it's hard. I'm going through withdrawals. I'm going through like cravings. I'm like, oh, right now I'm just like I'm going through like sugar cravings because I'm craving sugar, and sugar is also in the form of grain. So no cookies, no crackers, because what does grain do? Our body processes grain like sugar. So it's like more inflammation. You see what I'm saying? So then when you cut both of those, powerful erection. Powerful erection. No real shit. When you combine both of those, you lose weight like you wouldn't believe. I was 235, two something ready to do something, huh? I used to tell people. And I went down to 185. And I couldn't even work out. I'm telling you, I was a blurred vision in my left eye, paralysis in my left hand. My daughter was just born. And I'm like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? What am I going to do? God, why me? what the hell? I didn't even know what MS was. Like, you have MS. I'm like, what the hell is MS, man? What the fuck? They're like, yeah, you have lesions all in your brain, and that's the reason you have paralysis and blurred vision and all that. I was like, wow. So he was like, yo, eventually, the paralysis and blurred vision will eventually get worse, and you move to your right side, and you'll eventually be in a wheelchair and end up dying and catch a disease and dying or something like that. I mean, this man had no bedside etiquette whatsoever. I was like, holy shit. So he leaves. I'm gonna admit, I started crying. I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Guys don't cry, right? But I was in there crying. And then I called the chiropractor. I called him because he's the one who got my sleep apnea better, which I thought it was which was a precursor to MS, which I didn't know then. But he helped me with sleep apnea. So I go back to him and I'm like, hey man, I'm going to you. Fuck the doctors. I'm going to you, man. You actually healed me. He says, all right, here's what we got to do. No grain, no sugar. Boom. Get adjusted. I was going twice a week for like 2 weeks, morning and evening. It was like an hour. And then it was just like, I think it was just like once a week or something like that. I don't remember. It was years ago. Right. And through doing that, through no grain, no sugar, which was the hardest part, getting adjusted, trying to do little workouts, I lost the weight and everything got better. People are like, holy shit, I'm walking, I'm going to weddings, walking and trotting, I'm running. People are like, I couldn't believe it. You were like fucked up. Excuse my language. Um, and they're like, wow, what happened to me? Right? Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, it does. But what hurts is life hurts. Life is real. So, um, get a divorce. Then the biggest thing is just, my family. That's the hardest part for me. And being away from my kids is the hardest. And so that's kind of put a stole on me. And then, you just fall off and you're like, I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to start smoking cigarettes again. I really don't drink anymore. That's the one thing I didn't pick back up. Um, but I've had drinks and stuff like that, but it doesn't really do anything for me anymore. But then you just fall off, and then I start eating a whole bunch of candy, and just I'm still working out, but and then when I couldn't work out, and then now recently when I can't do anything, I really started just eating candy and just laying in bed. I mean, I'm a candy man. All that candy. There must not be a person in Orlando with a healthy tooth in his mouth. You don't know what movie that's from. I changed it, whatever. He said, "What's your name? Sugar Ray." Anyway. Um, but yeah, guys, all in all, we can overcome and we will overcome. So this weekend, I'm rambling. I'm tired of talking to you guys. I'm proud of you. Thank you for being here. But the goal is to do a 3-day juice fast. Okay, a cleanse starting Monday. So we end Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Um, it would end at the end of the day on Wednesday, right? So a full session, right? So all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. Wednesday ends at, let's say 5 p.m. on Wednesday, right? If we want to do a time, put a time stamp on it. But then I'd be curious, if we're really going to do it just to see everybody's results and see what, how everybody's doing. Yeah. And I will. I will. I'll try to have a fall free weekend. I can't promise anything, okay? I fell over and knocked over my TV. I was like, no. And then the TV, it was one of those comedy shits because the TV and then the router falls on top of it and then the fucking modem. I'm like, are you kidding me? But it was a MS moment. All right, you guys. I love you guys, man. I'm proud of you. Keep grinding. It's a day at a time. Get your fruits and veggies this weekend, okay? and just prep. Okay, so have it cut up and in little. Uh, that's what I'm doing, in little plastic containers. So that way, when we're ready, juice. That way, in the morning, noon, evening, snack, whenever you're ready, you have plenty to 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 drink. Okay, so that way we're not cheating. All right, I want to see you honest, and have a good weekend. Follow me, keep up with me on TikTok and Instagram, and I might even come live again on YouTube uh, before then. But much love. Okay, love, princess. Love, baby.